Hey guys, this is NHSDL06. Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Sword of Seals. Now I'm feeling a bit over the weather today, so expect an awesome video. Well, I mean, you should always expect an awesome video, but you should be having preemptive expectations. So you're expecting your expectations to be awesome. Okay, anyway, not going to incept my video with ideas. So basically, I did a little switcheroo of my team here prior to the starting of this chapter, and by switcheroo, I swapped Windy for Noah. Now, obviously, I don't just bring random characters just because. I usually try to keep the core characters that I'm going to be using for the team in the chapters. Windy, pretty useless in this chapter. There's a ton of axe users. Don't recommend her at all. Noah, he's pretty useful because he's the only way that we can get two new characters who are both pretty freaking sweet. And oh, it feels so lame to say that. But I already did all the switching around. Oh, one more thing. I gave Clarine, as you can see, a torch stave. And, I mean, what other reason than a big old Fog of War chapter. Now, Fog of War in this game is treated pretty smoothly. A nice learning curve at the beginning. This is your introduction to the Fog of War, but trust me, it gets a lot worse. So, they really pulled out all the stops with this one. Sword of Seals. No bargaining chips in this game. And I'm also going to be skipping some of the cutscene type deal here because it actually introduces the two characters and I don't want you to see them before it's time. I'm going to go ahead and... It's been a while. Deep breaths, NHSDL06. You can do this. Alright, here we go. Boss, those guys from Lycia, they're here.
You sure?
Yup, we saw them arrive in a small island to the east.
Just as that other group said. Alright, they're probably floundering around in the fog.
He sounds like Eeyore.
Unable to see anything. Just sneak up on them and from behind and kill them off.
Sure thing, boss. It's kind of like a semi-retarded British accent. Now, two things are very crucial in this chapter. One, you have this guy, Chad or Astel. I think that's his name. I don't remember. There's so many Fire Emblems that I don't even remember the names of the thieves anymore. But having a thief is incredibly useful in this chapter, as well as having a buttload of sword users. Especially because this chapter, tons of axe users, sword users are the best way to combat those. Now, here's how we're going to take care of the fog. I'm going to put Chad over here, and you get 10 squares in any direction with him. That's basically the perk of having a thief, besides the fact that they can open doors and chests. Excuse me. Next, I'm going to put Clarine here, and use this torch stave just to show you. This isn't actually really all that useful. Basically, she gets the same perk as the thieves do with a 10 in any direction. But at this point, it's not really purposeful to do that, but I just wanted to show it off. That's what a torch stave does. It's the same mechanic as a thief. Now Noah, do your best to take care of him. He's not actually that bad for a cavalier. He's got pretty decent stats. So I mean, if you want to use him, be my guest. But I'm more of a purist, and I go with the Alan and Lance, Saint and Kent combo type of characters. That's just how I play these games. And this is a good chapter for OJ and the Lena. Getting OJ in there for the primary damage, and then having the Lena come in for support damage, or to completely finish off the enemy, which is nice, which I'm going to do here. Don't rush this chapter. That's basically what I should say, is because it's Fog of War, you won't know what's coming at you, so take your time. That guy could have killed her in one hit. That's ridiculous. I'm just kind of curious. 2? Wait, what's her... yeah, that's the problem. It's the problem with Lena at this point in the game. She's pretty awful. But, I mean, what can you do? Who's weaker of the two? Alright. I'm going to use... Rutger, you're too good. Too good. Maybe OJ can kill this guy. See, that's the problem. Is that certain characters do too much damage, and that's where you'll get into a little bit of trouble. Alright, maybe Maybe Lance can come in with some sweet javelin work. Come on, do something. Ugh. That's the only sound that I can make at this point. At this juncture. It's very, very annoyed sigh. Especially considering the fact that he should have hit him. But you know this game just as well as I know this game probably more in a weller sense than some people. Not everyone. I'm not the greatest at this game, but pretty freaking good. Except for when it comes to dodging mages in volcano chapters. But that's not important. The only other thing that I can recommend in this chapter, like I said, not with rushing things, is that you try to spread your units out, and I'll explain where that comes of importance. Here, the game likes to have these squeeze points, which is kind of funny. I like to call them that. They're basically just to make it difficult on you, where they'll put these bridges here, and that forces you to either A, use a flying unit, or B, be patient, let your units stack up, and just cause a whole wealth of trouble. So my recommendation is that you just let them come to you. The new characters are going to come from this direction, I think. Or maybe it's this way. No, it has to be the top. So they come from the top, and they're very dangerous. So my recommendation is to utilize... Alright, here's the thing with them. I skipped that on purpose, don't worry. My recommendation is to use a character that's equipped with nothing. Because that will ensure that when they attack you, you won't attack them back and potentially kill them. Because that's also a problem with recruiting characters that I've seen people run into from time to time. I mean, not me, but I'm just kidding. I do have a lot to talk about though, because it's been a while since I've made a video. At least recorded a Fire Emblem. It has been a while. It's been about a week or two. Prior to that, it was almost a month. And the reason for that is just, I mean, wine, college. That's basically my excuse. It's a pretty good excuse, though. But there's going to be a lot of... a lot of changes and improvements to my channel in not too long, actually. It's going to be pretty close. It's almost upon us. I'll explain what that means later. It sounds like a bunch of gibberish now, but you'll all see and you'll all appreciate it. I'm quitting YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But with the way the economy is, I freaking should. I do have a story to tell and a question to ask, because I have not been asking questions, and that's very wrong of me. That makes me a bit of a turd face. I feel bad. Oh, that's actually a nice segue into what I was going to say. Speaking of turds, really weird way to start a story, but you'll appreciate it. So, my dog is 15 or 16, I'm not sure, but she's quite old, and she is a Labrador Retriever. And for those of you that have labs, you'll learn that as they get older, they start to develop trouble with their back legs. And for her, it's not so much trouble with motor skills or actually being able to move. It's the fact that the synapses in her brain that are supposed to send directions to her legs saying move just don't really work as well. So she's having a little trouble, so we've been having to kind of work around that. We've got equipment to help her walk and things of that nature. She's doing pretty well with it, actually. But from time to time, she doesn't let us know fast enough when she has to go to the bathroom. And speaking of, today that actually happened twice, which was really cool. I was actually really glad that I came home for the weekend to be surprised by that. So basically what had happened was my dog's signal for her going outside is basically wagging her tail, panting, kind of crying a little bit. She gets really excited, and I mean, it's kind of like that pee-pee dance you did when you were a little kid. She does that basically, and when she does that, you got maybe 2 or 3 minutes before she craps in the house, and I had just walked inside the door, and I went to Wendy's today because they have those new chicken sandwiches, which are pretty baller, if I have to say so myself. Oh, that is great. And I really wanted one, and I got one, because I'm an American, and I do what I want. So I got myself a chicken sandwich. Some waffle fries now. I wish they had waffle fries. But I got a chicken sandwich, and so I set it down in the living room, and I'm getting ready to eat it, and I'm real excited. And then I see her run up to me, and that means something is not good, which she had to go to the bathroom, which was poor timing because I just wanted to eat. And so I grab her little brace thing that we use to bring her outside, and I'm picking her up, and of course that puts pressure on her lower body, which makes you crap, I guess. I mean, you know. Oh, hopefully Noah can survive this. That'd be real crappy if he didn't. Whew, there we go. Because the new characters come from that direction, so I can't really do much. Anyway, so I knew that she had to go because she was wagging her tail. And so I'm about to let her outside, and then she gets to the front step of our patio in the back of my house, and that's when the madness began. She started at that moment, so I didn't really have much time to react. But so she started to, this is a really gross story, and I apologize for those of you that have weak stomachs, but so she starts to crap there, and I was like, all right, good timing, I at least got you outside. Then there was another one right before she got to the end of the concrete, and then another one, and I was just glad that I got her outside in time, or so I thought. And I turn around, and wouldn't I know it, there is a large quantity of fecal matter throughout my house. As I was trying to get her inside, I also found out was that she had managed to get it on her leg, so I was outside in the rain. Alright, here we go. That's the secret character, by the way. It's a girl myrmidon. Oh my gosh! Her name's Fur. We'll get to her. Oh, we'll get to her. But anyway, she has fecal matter all over her foot and her leg, so I'm trying to wipe it out outside with a leaf while it's pouring. My cat comes outside, and so I'm trying to get her inside, and it was basically just Bad News Bears wrapped up in a nice package of screw you, Pat, which was great. So I finally get her inside after she decides to prance around for a while. Get her inside, and then I see her mastery displayed all on the carpet. There was some that was like solid, but most of it was smashed into the carpet, which for those of you who know how carpet works, when things get smashed into it, it's usually pretty terrible. So that's what I thought was the worst of it. But then later on at night, right when it was dinner time, which is weird that this is coinciding with meals. I don't know if she planned that, but later on in the evening, I look over there, and she's got her tail propped up, and that doesn't usually happen. And then I literally see it starting to come out, and I'm freaking out because I didn't want that to get on the carpet, and so I'm running to get a bag from the closet by the trash can, and I get this bag, and it's literally like it was the most awkward situation. It was basically like the reverse of somebody throwing up. So basically, her tail was like a girl's hair, and I was trying to hold it up while she was going into the bag, and it was terrible. All right, so here's a little dialogue between Noah and Fur. That's her name, or Fear. I'm gonna call her Fur because that's fun. But there's a bit of a misconception here because she thinks that Noah is aiding Roy as a pirate, but I mean we're not pirates. If we were pirates, it'd be cool pirates. We do. I mean, there might be a pirate in this game. I don't know. Wink, wink. But beyond that, she was lending her services to them, and she's ours now. So, guess what we're gonna do? Bench her! And you know why? Because I can. I have nothing against Fur as a character. She's actually quite good, but I prefer Rutger mainly because he's a little stockier. And that's literally the only reason is that he can take hits a little bit better than Fur. Fur might be a little faster, but the fact that Rutger can take hits if he does get hit, which doesn't happen often, is partly the reason why I prefer him. Now, by no means is Fur a bad character. She's actually quite good. Oh, there's a poison axe. That's something I can bring up. I don't know if poison weapons have been introduced yet in this game, but if they haven't, this is the first chapter that you'll see them, and if they hit you, they will do 2 to 3 damage each turn, and it wears off after 4 or 5 turns. It's actually the same ratings as like other crappy weapons, but some of the enemies have antitoxins, which you can steal, and the antitoxins basically work like a restore stave, where they'll heal you. Simple as that. And yeah, like I said, just keep taking things easy. I'm actually going to cut this video here after I move a couple more characters. The reason being is that my videos were taking too long to process, and I just don't have the time to devote to letting videos do that. So I'm going to make them a lot shorter from here on out. But you'll still get action in every single one. So guys, thanks for watching. I've been NHSDL06. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.